Hello and welcome back. Thank you guys so much for being here. Today I am going to be doing the Unpopular Opinions makeup tag that is floating around. Today's Halloween. You aren't going to see this probably for like a week or two, but I was so excited about my makeup that I did today that I wanted to film a video, but I didn't have a ton of time to film something long. So I thought this was kind of a fun video because I don't really get into the drama and or care about it. I think it's kind of a waste of energy, and I have a lot of things that take up my energy, like 3 little children and a business and a home, and you know, so I just can't be bothered by all that drama. So I just love makeup. It's not like drama unpopular opinion, it's more makeup unpopular opinion. So let's get into these questions. Popular makeup product you don't like. I had to think about that for a second. I've gone through these questions a ton of times in my head and had things, and now I can't remember any of them. I should have took notes, right? That Coty Airspun powder, I cannot stand the smell, and honestly, I think it makes your under eyes look a little cakey. I'm actually going to be putting it in a product fails retest that I'm going to be doing with some of my product fails that are sitting around collecting dust, just to decide if I want to get rid of them or not. But that is a super popular and sometimes holy grail product for a lot of people, and I don't like it. Another one that I don't like is the LA Girl Matte Foundation. I tried that one. That's also going in that test actually. And I just found it to look cakey on my skin. And I typically use a mattifying foundation because I do have some oilier combination skin. It's a little more evened out now that I use Korean skincare products, but my other ones I use are matte. I just didn't like that LA Girl Pro Matte Foundation. Alright, the next question is popular makeup product or brand that everyone else seems to hate but you love. The only one that really comes to mind when I think of this is my Prism palette. Love may be a strong word because I don't grab for it always, but I actually really like some of the colors in here, and I really like playing with it, and I've gotten some pretty cool looks out of it. I think this is one of those palettes that you really have to work with and figure out the best way to use each of the shadows, which I think is why a lot of people don't like it, because that's a lot of work, and who wants to spend that much work doing makeup? I mean, I do, because I like playing with makeup, but definitely I would say that this is probably the only one. And then I actually thought of one other palette because it was sitting, I was looking at it right now from across the room. And this one, a lot of people, this one got a lot of bad reviews, and I really like it. It's the Urban Decay and Kristen Leanne palette. I know a lot of people didn't like the setup of it. I actually love the setup of it. I think it's super cute. I love cool and unique and interesting things though. The space that it's using up doesn't really bother me. It's still a small palette, and the shadows are amazing quality. So for me, it's more about the quality and what I can get out of the shadows as opposed to what the setup looks like or what I'm going to have to do to use them. That makes sense. Then makeup collab that you didn't like or were not interested in. Hands down, the Tarte, was it Kristen Aspen? No, just Aspen. The Tarte and the Aspen. Is that what it was? The Tarte Aspen collab that came out. You know what? I should show you guys. It is so boring, and it looks exactly like every other Tarte palette. So that interested me not at all. Quite frankly, the other Tarte palettes don't interest me either. So then when another one came out that looked like just like the rest of them, definitely didn't interest me. Next one is a popular makeup step that you never do. Definitely setting my eyelids before I put on eyeshadow. And there's a reason, and I think that the reason that people do it have a reason also. I use a lot more colorful, bright shadows. For those to pop, you don't want them to blend as much together. When you're doing a neutral look, you want that neutral look to blend and look flawless. So I think that setting that beforehand, setting your eyeshadow primer beforehand is a good step to do when you're wanting it to blend more, because the powder set on there is going to help it blend more. When you're wanting your eyeshadows to pop, like I do, you don't want to set it and you want those shadows to have something to grip to, which is the eyeshadow primer, and you want them to pop apart from each other. So I think that it's okay if you do set your eyelids, but I think there's a place and time for it. And for me, that's just not a look that I do typically. So for me, I don't set them. So that is a popular makeup step that I don't do. And let's see. Popular beauty influencer you don't subscribe to or watch. And in parentheses, it says this is hot shady tea. Okay, it's not going to be super hot shady tea for me because that takes too much energy. That takes too much energy, and like I said, got other things to spend my energy on. Honestly, I think people spend way too much energy caring what other people are doing instead of positive things that they could be doing. So for me, absolutely, this is Jeffree Star, and I will tell you why. It is not because of the drama. It is not because I don't like his makeup, which I have never tried and I never will because I will not support him. It's not even really because of the social things that he's done, although I don't agree with them. It is because the way he speaks to his subscribers. I think his videos are demeaning, and I don't really want to be a part of it. So I'm not going to watch him, and I'm not going to support him. And I also don't agree with everything else. Other things aren't the sole reason that I don't support him. Quite frankly, I don't know a lot of times the things that YouTubers or brands do that I shouldn't be supporting them for, because I'm just not that involved in the drama. But definitely, I do not and will not support Jeffree Star. You know, I only have 24 hours in a day, and I'm not going to spend any of that time listening to someone who is demeaning or rude to people that are watching him. There are plenty of other amazing YouTubers out there that I don't need to watch him. And honestly, I'm surprised that so many people do. I just don't get it. Popular makeup brand that you don't use or support anymore. I don't really know that there is one that I've taken a big stance on that I used to use and now I don't use it. I guess I don't purchase from Kat Von D anymore, but it is because I haven't decided my stance on that topic. I don't agree with what, I think it's hard. Like, I have to make that decision for my own without listening to all the chatter, because people get so passionate about things sometimes that it seems that you should follow them. But we really need to sit back and make our own choices on that. And that's regardless of what I believe or not. We should be able to have our own beliefs without being so harshly judged. So I just haven't decided on my stance on that. Right now I'm not purchasing anything else from that brand. But I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided. So that's the only brand that I'm up in the air as to whether I'm going to continue to purchase or not purchase from. And honestly, I think I've made like 2 purchases in my lifetime from that brand. So can we even count that? I don't know. Makeup trend that you have no interest in trying. How about metallic eyebrows? I have seen so many metallic eyebrows lately, like new products coming out. I'm like, what is that? Who is wearing a metallic eyebrow? I don't know. Not me. I am not wearing a metallic eyebrow. And the last question is, boy, this went fast. Makeup product that was better in theory than when it was used. I mean, there aren't a lot of things that I dislike about makeup. I've got to think about this. While I'm thinking, I am not sure who created this tag. I've watched several of them, and several people say they got it from someone else. So I've got to get down to the bottom of who created this tag. So I'm going to do that and think about what product was better in theory than when it was used. I figured out a product that was good in concept, but not so good to try. The magnetic lashes. So I actually have a video on that where I tried them out. It's toward the beginning of my YouTube channel, so be gentle. If you watch it, I'll link it right up here if you want to. The problem with them, though, is that when you've got a top and bottom lash that you're putting together with a magnet, those magnets are going to want to pull together. So it's you can't have them sit back at all, so they end up being on your lash, and you can tell they're there and they look very awkward. I did want to let you guys know who originally came up with the tag, and it was a collab between Ola Quinns and Nobody's Beauty Guru, whose name is Julie. So I will put, oh wait, and Pages and Pens. Okay, I'll put that information down below if you guys want to check theirs out as well. I think it's really cool when people create new tags, and someday I would like to create my own. I don't have enough brain power to do that right now. I'm a little overwhelmed in life, but someday I will create my own tag. Thank you so much for joining me for this Unpopular Opinions tag. Remember, these are just my opinions. It's okay if we have different opinions. It's okay if we disagree. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Give this video a thumbs up. Put your notifications bell on, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!